You could have like a 4
Alright.
4 10.
You're on.
You could like 30 seconds.
Oh, we're on?
Yeah.
It don't look like it.
Yeah, I can't see the button.
Good morning, everybody.
There
Hope that everything is going fine for everybody. Why isn't it on there?
I don't know. I don't know if we can put it on there because there's no computer hooked up to it. That'd be cool, right?
Oh,
We should put it on there.
yeah, that'd be the perfect thing to put it on. So what's going on, everybody? We can't tell who's on or if anybody's on. I might be talking to my damn self.
There's the banner.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like a 4x. People put it in their 4x4s and it pretty much stretches all the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Fucking dope. Comes out really good.
Yeah, I want to advertise for you.
Yeah, nice printing company does that one. Yeah, everybody loves the banners.
Well, if we're going to do some stuff this spring with these different events, we need banners, don't we?
Yeah, I'll be putting banners up there, everything that I go to.
Yeah.
If you had a table sitting there or something, I usually clip the banner to the front.
Yeah. I can see that all day.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
You in there?
No.
You're in there now.
There you go. Try that.
Oh. You gonna pull it up on his phone? Rudy said we should have it on that screen.
That's what I was planning on trying to do.
I guess if I hook my phone to that thing, it could put it right to the screen.
Yeah. But I can put, it has the phones on it, or the apps on it and everything already. Should at least.
This tastes really good now. A little garlic and butter on this.
Well, yeah, I didn't put anything on it.
It'd be perfect.
Talking about Trump already on the comments.
What?
What are they saying about Trumpy?
It says
I think they're running even, he said. Biden and Trump.
even for Trump
Well, Trump was
and Joe
ahead.
Biden plus Joe Rogan.
Trump was ahead a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
He's doing this
he said you hope everyone's doing well, even Joe Biden, Trump. I mean, I don't hope anybody's doing bad.
Me either. Like I said earlier, I hope everybody's doing well.
But fuck Trump.
Yeah, that's got really good flavor. Throw some butter on this motherfucker, it'll be amazing.
A little butter,
Yeah,
a little bit of
butter.
garlic. It'll be perfect.
Parmesan.
Yeah. Butter will add
Parmesan,
salt.
yeah. That's
Garlic
good.
butter with Parmesan.
That'd kick ass.
Garlic cream cheese dip.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like made for that garlic
Yeah.
cream cheese dip.
I don't hope anybody's doing bad, but fuck Trump. He's a fucking con man and a piece of shit that fucked over a ton of people in his life, and karma needs to come back.
Oh, it's coming.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it'll ever
So
come.
old, man.
Oh, man, let me tell you something. If he doesn't do time for this, it's gonna be crying in the United States like you would not fucking believe. Criminals are gonna go on a fucking wild.
Do you think so?
Yeah. They said that
I
fish
think they
rots.
already are.
They said fish rots
No.
from the head.
Fuck Rogan and fuck Biden. They're all rich people. Doing whatever they can to make sure poor people don't fucking succeed. And Rogan's not so bad. I don't hate Rogan. I just
Rogan.
listen to him and I go,
Rogan's kind of confused about certain things.
you've lost connection with the real world. You've not been.
Yeah, because he's
You've not had to deal with actual like stress, real stress, that involves the fact that you might lose your house, you might not have food to eat, you might not have a fucking car.
Well, he claims.
Whatever stress it is, you've had it since you've never had.
Well, he claims he didn't have anything as a child. He says that when he was a child, his parents were on, powdered milk and the cheese that
They
government.
may have been in the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's what he said.
So was my parents in the
So
beginning.
he should understand and have compassion for people in that
Yeah,
situation.
but when you live 30 fucking years without ever having to worry about your finances, it changes things.
It shouldn't.
It just does.
Yeah, but not for everybody.
For most people, 99% of the people
I
that
went to
turn
school-
from poor to rich, 99% of them take on the values of the rich because they don't want to be poor again because they know that it's
But not all of them. Like you
I
said,
just said
a
that.
high percentage, yes.
95%.
Yeah.
It's actually science that proves it.
Mm-hmm.
A little.
No, I can-
proves it, but you know,
Gives it credibility.
give a little credibility to what I'm saying.
But fuck Trump. Let's get to the issues of the day.
Who joked about?
Talk about what?
Joe Rogan joked about shooting homeless people?
Who knows?
Yeah, fuck Eminem. Fuck them all. What's Eminem done for the fucking area where he grew up? Nothing. His area is
Started one restaurant.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
What has he done?
He's done some things. He's given a lot of money away to public schools. He's done a few things.
Okay.
Yeah, he has. I'm not gonna criticize him at this point.
Who, Eminem?
I'm gonna give him a pass at this point.
Okay. I don't know. There's a bunch of rich people who were poor people, and if they actually lived by the moniker that they preached when they were poor, there wouldn't be as many fucking poor people. The neighborhoods where all these people come out and they're making $50 million or $100 million. Like Jaylen Brown just signed that big contract.
Who's Jaylen Brown?
You don't know who Jaylen Brown is.
Basketball player.
Oh, I don't follow basketball.
Yes,
I don't even know though.
He is. He's for the Celtics.
Okay.
And he signed the largest contract in NBA history.
Okay.
There is debate on whether this player deserved that high. Is he good? Is he the highest?
Is he a rookie or what?
No, he's on his like second contract. But he got the way the NBA works is they have a whole bunch of incentive structures in their system to where if you're someone who is about to have get an extension, you get more money if before the extension you get an All-Pro, an All-Star, like different things you do, you'll get put into different classes. Well, he's been an All-Pro and an All-Star, so basically he got put in the highest class, and he was able to get the highest amount of money, which is like 35% of the total cap,
Okay.
is what he was allowed to get, so he got the biggest paycheck. But he's actually, from what I understand, he's actually taking a lot of that money and he's putting it back somewhere else.
So that's good. I'm happy for him.
Hold on. So who's
but
the
I'm worried-
person who hasn't been Paul McCartney with the BS Selfish Clone?
Well, I'm worried.
Ooh, that's an interesting concept.
What?
Or a lookalike that had plastic surgery done to him, a lookalike more. He says, is there a rumor, how do you say I don't want to say a rumor, but a urban myth that Paul McCartney was replaced by a clone?
No, it was an urban myth that he was dead.
And then a clone is replaced him.
That person we see on TV and shit.
You know, it's so much bullshit out here. It's always somebody do it, or people are saying that Tupac isn't dead.
Rumors that a lot of people have been replaced.
Yeah, replaced. Okay.
Yeah, they be having these.
Pretty much
things
every
on-
fucking-
online and shit.
every
Show
famous
them
person.
looking like a mutant.
So if every famous person's been fucking
They're fucking what?
replaced, that seems kind of convenient.
It's very convenient. So are just everyday regular people being replaced too? Or you have to be a celebrity and rich or something like that to be replaced? Everyday
You're
people?
just somebody that probably does good for people, I assume. Like, I've never heard anything bad from normal people about Tom Hanks, but everyone thinks he's a kid toucher.
It's, again,
Not everyone, but a portion of the population.
yeah, those, you know who,
QAnon people.
yes. They got all kind of fucking, the pizzeria with the basement where they're going and drinking blood.
Pizzagate.
And a guy ran in there with a gun, telling everybody, "Oh, take me to the basement." They looked at him and said, "We don't have a basement, motherfucker."
There's a fucking kid down there. I know it.
And there's no basement to the place. But let's talk about the real issue.
What's that?
The aliens.
What? Oh, the ones in Miami?
Yeah.
Which one?
You didn't hear about the ones
Check
in
this
Miami?
out.
No.
A friend of mine called me. Lives in Florida. He says he knows 2 people that have videos of it on their phone.
Yeah, the what?
And they were there when it happened.
Of what? What happened?
aliens showed up at the mall.
Yeah, supposedly. Did you not see the
They didn't
video?
come out the sky. They were just walking in the mall.
No.
Well,
did you see
well-
the cops? Like all the cops from Miami-Dade.
Man, every cop,
literally in one by this mall.
every
like, it's
cop
literally
in the city,
50 fucking cop cars
At least.
lined up. Like unbelievable amount of cops.
all the lights going,
Supposedly,
sirens going.
according to the cops, it was kids fighting with sticks. That
Okay.
required that much police presence.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's also some videos where people have zoomed in. You can kind of see these weird, mysterious things walking and on the roof and shit. It might have just been a fucking, like, you know, a hostage situation or a, I don't know, maybe
Active
an
shooter.
active shooter. But
Yeah.
even why wouldn't they brag about that? They,
Well,
Yeah, they would tell you about that.
yeah.
Well, my friend told me that a portal opened in the mall. A portal opened. These things came out of the portal.
Yeah, he wasn't there though, right?
No, but he had two friends.
No.
He has two friends that were there, and some of
They
them
were
have.
actually there.
Yeah, a couple of them he said has video of it, of things walking around. They said they're walking around in the fucking mall,
What
man.
were they doing?
Just walking around.
That's it. Just like seeing.
I think maybe
Well, not sightseeing, but, you know,
just walking around.
getting the lay of
They
the
said
land.
that. They said people were looking at them. They were looking at people, and they said, you know, they just kept walking. They didn't fuck with nobody.
Crazy, yo.
They didn't fuck, and they said these motherfuckers were between 8 and 10 feet tall. And on the one video that I saw, there was these tall motherfuckers.
That's dope. I would have to go talk to him.
Walking around
What's
the
up?
mall.
What y'all doing here?
So when the people were running, because when the portal opened, they have one shot. When the portal opened, people just started running.
Into the portal?
no, away from the
What if
motherfucker.
you went into that fucking portal?
Yeah, that would have been deep, wouldn't it? If you could survive whatever it was.
Oh man,
But,
alright, we vaporized.
But they said
We got one crazy motherfucker running to the portal.
the day before and 2 days after, UFOs. They got pictures of the UFOs flying above the place where it
All I
happened.
heard was, you know, the space station photoed some UFOs or some shit. It just, you know, looked like little dots and shit.
Well, you know, it's like anything else. Who knows?
Yeah, it probably is UFO.
But then they showed up in Peru.
Okay.
This week?
They showed up in
Probably you have to
Italy.
be famous. Oh yeah,
This
what do you
week?
think of
All
the
this
Epstein
week?
list?
Damn,
All this week, man.
it's going down.
And Biden's plane was buzzed by a UFO.
What is? Hold on. He says.
They're out here.
He said. What do you think of the Epstein list? I don't know. I didn't
what?
really look at it. It doesn't. The list doesn't tell you who fucked kids. It just
Oh,
tells
the
you
Epstein.
who is around him.
Well, they said that Trump was on the plane 7 times.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. Honestly.
You see the pictures of Trump partying with him?
What, the Epstein?
Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of girls there, and the girls are dancing, and Trump and Epstein are pointing at them and saying shit.
I'm off the loop.
And these are young girls.
Fuck that is.
You don't know who Epstein is?
No. He in
A
my
lot of
basement.
no one knew who he was until
All I see is
the
my
shit
basement.
came. Yeah,
Just
that's
look at plants all day, dude.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wish I had a basement. I could look at plants all day. I'd be
Too much
looking at them all
work,
day.
man. So
Alright, hold on.
much fucking work.
Of course.
Nah, we always down there.
When I move, I'm gonna have a girl when I move.
Miami Mall.
Oh, it could be like
Miami.
Joe Rogan and pull up clips now.
Yeah, I'm talking about, man. We're sophisticated now.
What happened?
There's one right there.
Miami alien footage.
There's a couple of them.
Damn, it's a lot of cops.
Man, that's a ton of cops, ain't it?
Maybe it's controlled disinformation and distraction.
Who knows? Who the fuck knows? All I know is
We're gonna find out soon.
there was a lot of fucking cops, man, and people were running like motherfuckers, man.
Scary ass bitches. Man,
Okay, so that's the kids' fight.
if the aliens want to fuck us up.
This is
fuck
why they
us
said
up.
they needed all those police, because of 20 kids fighting. Come on, dude.
20 kids, you only need about.
Please.
I guess you would.
I need 10 cars could have handled that.
Yeah, 20 people.
Oh, that's not fucking.
That's not what?
That's a cover up story.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Some shit. They get
That's
hurt.
exactly what it is, dude. The Nephilim. That's what they think these guys are.
Oh, this is Detroit.
That's what they think those guys are, the Nephilim. Because the Nephilim are supposed to be like giants. But they show some people walking.
Yeah, they're not going to show the aliens, I'm sure.
They can't. They don't have.
They show some people
Look at all
walking.
the cops. Look at all those fucking cops, dude.
Yeah, that's a ton of
like
cops.
someone killed a cop.
That's a ton of fucking
That's the
cops.
only way.
That's what it feels like. Is like, yeah, you're right. The only way there would be that many cops is if it was a cop killer.
Or a movie set. What they're filming a movie.
With that many cops, they would have. There would be record of it.
The guy still.
That's something
Every-
you have to like.
They would share
They
a
talk
copy
to-
of the movie set.
They talk to the head of the cops. I guess whoever the head guy is, and he said, "Oh, we did that for show of force." So 10 cop cars wouldn't be show of force.
They didn't pull people.
They
in.
said every police car they had was
Yeah.
there.
I was gonna say, like, they don't have that many people on staff to do that. They would have to bring them in and pay motherfuckers overtime to go bring a fucking cop car down.
Well, Miami, they got that many. Miami's huge.
And Miami is very super violent. It's one of the most
They
violent.
got enough people to run all their cars at all times on every shift.
No.
No.
That's what I'm saying. They have to bring people in. on
Right.
their
Oh, they
off
called
shift.
people. They did. They
Yeah.
called guys that was off duty in.
All right.
They wouldn't do that for nothing.
Trending now, Supreme Court could apply the rule of let need to keep Donald Trump on the ballot. Epstein supposedly killed himself by hanging himself off a bed with toilet paper. Okay. And the guards just happened to be asleep while the camera just happened to not
I mean,
work.
why are we
I don't give a fuck about Epstein.
Why are we going back on? That's what I'm saying.
The dude is a rich
What
prick.
relevance? Well, he's not rich now.
Well,
What relevance is in talking about that motherfucker?
I don't know.
He went to court. He lost. He went to jail. Something happened to him. End of story.
Whether he killed himself or he was murdered, either way.
What
He's
they're
fucking
trying,
the wrong people.
what they're
if you're getting
trying,
murdered.
what they're trying to do is say that some other people were involved too. And how many times did this guy visit the island? How many times did this guy do this?
Yeah, they're the ones doing that.
Come to the raw thing.
What?
You break it?
No, it's upstairs.
Okay.
I have actually another one up
Yeah,
in the
you don't want
attic.
to be carrying it around and shit.
No, I'm gonna
What are you
look
talking about,
at
the grinder?
No,
Oh,
Flash.
oh, you're
this
right.
is a
You're
raw
right.
tray anyway.
You're right.
Look, see?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's just one of the collected ones. From the guy that does this kind of artwork.
That was sweet.
Keep it burning.
Oh my goodness, I woke up with a kink. Like a
Jeez.
motherfucker.
I gotta look at that when I get home.
Anyways, he says, published officers Miami Mall, New Year's Day after a group of stick-wielding teens began fighting, setting off fireworks and
Stick-wielding teens.
wreaking havoc on
I don't see nobody with a stick this now.
But eagle-eyed social media users are claiming a massive police presence, including some officers who wielded
Ray guns. I had ray guns,
obviously
bro.
some others are involved, and why would they
Particle beam.
would have been murdered, or why would they?
And
have
it's
been
just
murdered?
smooth. You don't feel like you're getting a hit, but
Yeah, that's
And-
another thing too. Usually, when you have a bunch of shit like that, they just shoot the people.
Well,
Am I wrong? You have someone trying to fucking.
well, they said a couple of people that were there said the police, they saw the police shooting at these things. A couple of people said, because they heard gunshots, and they looked back, and they said the police were shooting at them. But it wasn't having any effect.
no, they probably got force fields or some shit.
Some officers who wielded high-power rifles had nothing to do with the teenagers, instead involving some extraterrestrial. I'm not saying that he wasn't fucking murdered. I just said that. If you have a bunch of information, you've been blackmailing the most powerful people on the planet for fucking 30 years, and then they get you in a fucking cell, you're gonna die. Like, you should expect to die. Like, I don't
Let me tell you
understand how you
something.
wouldn't expect to get
Let me
murdered.
tell you something. They did him a favor. They did him an unbelievable favor. He would probably he's better off being dead than sitting in a fucking cell with a bunch of Norderwells.
Oh, they'd have killed him.
Well, I'm just saying, period. Even if they wouldn't have killed him,
Yeah,
his life would have been nothing.
Yes.
And this guy got multi-million-dollar homes. He got an island,
Crazy.
women, whatever he wants to eat any time of day. Come on, dude. Prison would be hell.
I mean, doesn't
You'd
really
want
matter
that.
who murdered him. It was one of the powerful people, and it probably is not somebody we even fucking hear about. It's not like
Or maybe he did kill himself.
Well, I don't know about that. Seems kind of convenient.
I tell you what, if I was in that situation,
Huh?
Probably went crazy and killed himself.
I'm not. Again, killing yourself is not something. I get that. Like I told you, that kid, that fucking light kid, that the Oxford shooter's probably gonna kill himself. I can't imagine he'll make it to 25. You're 17 years old and you just got told you got 3 fucking life sentences with no possibility of parole.
obviously there's something wrong.
No shit.
So he don't
wouldn't
think
have
like we
done-
think.
No, again, but that's not. He was obviously depressed already. Like he was 1 second probably away from shooting himself at some point. Most people that are doing that stuff are depressed and fucked up. So you put him in a cell, eventually he's gonna do something to off himself.
And
If he gets away with it, or he doesn't get
who
away with it.
gives a
that's
shit?
He was a 15-year-old kid.
Steve cares about him, bro.
He was a 15-year-old kid that made a bad mistake. That's
No, he didn't make a bad mistake. You gonna call murder 4 people and wounding 6 others a mistake? No, dude. That's not a mistake.
hold on a second. For
That's a
one,
decision.
Random people.
no, for one, you're putting blame on a 15-year-old fucking kid when you should have put blame on the goddamn adults that were in control of the situation. That's the fucking problem here.
They're going to jail too.
No, they're not.
The parents?
That's not the fucking parents. They had the kid in the fucking goddamn office with the gun
I
in his
know all this.
backpack.
I know all of this. I know all of this.
They ain't getting nothing.
I know
And
all
again,
of this.
They ain't get
are they
fired.
supposed to get fired? Are they
Let me
supposed
tell
to
you
get
something.
reprimanded? I don't know.
Let me tell you something. If that was a black kid, he would have went back to that class.
Fuck no.
They would have went through all his shit. You know what I mean? There was no way that would have happened. But here's a privileged kid. See, that's the problem. Privileged. Because I'm telling you, when I heard that shit, I said, they didn't even check his backpack. They didn't go. He had it on him.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't check it?
Mm-hmm.
Privilege.
Or stupidity.
No, privilege. It's
Well,
stupidity.
again,
The
we're
most
talking about a poor white kid in a white dominant area. They're not fucking privileged as much as you think they are. Poor white kids, the hillbilly fucks that live in that
But they're
area.
not poor.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
They weren't fucking rich dickheads. They were fucking hillbilly poor fucks.
They're hillbillies, but they weren't poor.
They weren't rich.
I think they were well off.
No, they were the bottom half of the fucking
She had
population.
horses and shit, dude.
Having horses doesn't mean... My parents had horses, we weren't rich.
Bro, you're rich if you got a horse. Not bad. But for real, if you got a horse and you can
You take care of a horse. You know how
you can
expensive
afford
that
to
shit
pay a
is?
horse?
If you live on the land and you let it eat fucking hay, no. It's
No,
not
they
that
had stabled horses. She had stabled horses.
You got a horse
They
to be
had
rich.
dough. She had stabled horses. Because she was all upset because who's going to take care of my horses and all that kind of shit. I thought, Mr. Horses.
Yeah, again, I don't disagree that the parents should definitely deal with some consequences.
Well, it's their fault.
Didn't
I
they
know.
buy the gun for their kids?
They
Yes.
bought the gun and they
If
also...
you got money to buy guns for your kids, you rich.
First of all, they knew something was wrong with
No,
them.
you can be fucking...
And you got a horse? Come on.
Again,
The case is...
my parents weren't rich. They were just fucking dumb. Having
Yeah.
making $50,000 to $75,000 a year and then spending $75,000 a year doesn't make you rich. It makes you stupid.
That's not poor.
That's
nowhere near
exactly
poor.
what. Again, it is. If you literally have to live paycheck to paycheck, you're still poor.
But you put
You're
yourself-
making yourself
That's different
poor.
when you put it. When you did it to yourself.
I didn't say
The point is, they had the money to get it
Where
done.
the king size
That's all I'm
papers
saying.
at?
That's all I'm saying. They had the money to get it done.
I already handed it over.
Because I know how much it costs.
I hope there ain't no scene.
The veterinarian bill is a motherfucker.
No, it's not that bad. Again,
Oh,
my parents
shit,
own
this
horses.
is
Stop fucking telling me that
burning?
it's that expensive. If you have a situation,
When I was in
if you
Mississippi,
have the horses on
Dude.
your land,
Dude.
that is
You're
half the
rich,
fucking
son,
price.
You're rich. You got
She
a horse
was-
too?
she was renting
Oh,
stable.
Lord.
could have been given to you by your fucking family. And then
Rich
we're talking about
motherfuckers. They're
Oxford.
rich, dog.
You don't understand how much
You
it
don't-
costs
you don't
to
understand
have a
what poor
fucking
is.
horse. And I think she had more than one.
Did you not hear the words coming out of my mouth?
Yes, I did. I heard.
I literally told you that I cleaned horse stalls when I was a fucking child for my parents who had 3 fucking horses.
Damn, man.
2 Corvettes.
So if you
Holy fuck.
don't have no kids, who's cleaning up the shit? No, because it's a lot of maintenance.
She
with
did
horses.
it herself.
There's a lot of maintenance with horses.
Exactly.
No, she made that kid do it.
There's a lot of vet costs
Crazy.
with horses. A lot.
Again, no more than a fucking dog.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
When I was in Mississippi, the girl tried to give me a horse. They had about 8 or 9 horses. And in fact, she's a veterinarian now. You know why she's a
Okay.
veterinarian?
Owning a
Because
horse-
their
Get rich
veterinarian
doing that
bill,
shit.
because their veterinarian bill was a motherfucker.
And there's a difference between owning a fucking horse when you live in a city compared to owning a horse when you live on 10, 15 acres.
You're right. The horse can graze. I agree with you.
It's not even just graze, you're not paying fucking fees.
But you pay-
That's like the whole size of this damn city. You own the whole city?
No, that ain't that
I'm just
big.
fucking with you.
Come on, 15 acres ain't that large.
No, it-
You lived up north, motherfucker. You
Yeah,
know what it's like.
My dad had 10 acres. 15 this week.
I'm just saying, yes, you can own horses, but that doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean you're fucking... Again, the wealth that's in that area compared to these
You
people...
always gotta buy hay. You always gotta buy wheat and oats. Always. These animals eat a lot. Hold on.
Don't you
You gotta get fruit for the horse.
What are you talking about?
Fruit.
Maintaining the horse.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I maintained 3 horses and we never did that shit.
You never bought hay?
We made sure we bought hay and that's the only thing we
You
bought.
never bought oats?
No!
What does the horse eat?
The fucking grass and the hay.
No,
Get the
yeah,
fuck
and
out of
hay
here.
and oats.
No, we never fed our fucking horse oats.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it never got. It may have got carrots every once in a while.
Yeah,
when
and
we
get
bought,
fruit.
No,
Yeah.
carrots when we brought carrots because again, my parents aren't feeding us real fucking food. What makes you think they're gonna feed a fucking horse real food?
Okay.
So again, they don't need real food. You can literally have a horse, let it sit out in your fucking yard, and maybe do 1 day of maintenance on it,
Okay.
and never touch it again. Give it hay, so you're spending $1,000 on hay a
What'd
year.
you do with the horse? Did y'all ride him and shit?
My stepmom did, yeah.
What's
They
that?
still have them. They still fucking have horses.
Yeah.
After losing the house, my
I
dad
love
lost.
them bitches.
My dad lost the house. Kept the Corvette and the horses.
So he just moved to a rental where he could have horses?
The horses are
No,
animals.
yeah.
They're
At
living
first he
things.
moved to a rental where he could have horses.
Yeah,
Now they
they
live in a
bought a house.
fucking rental where they can't have horses, so they have to have them stay.
Yeah, well. To me, horses are expensive.
They are again. I'm not saying they're not
Here
super
they're good
expensive,
eating, bro.
especially if you're fucking. If you're what's his
A lot
name?
of places eat them motherfuckers.
If you're because the horse stable that got bought where we had our horses got bought out by another place. The guy sold it to somebody, and then that dude, we had to take our horses off it because it was expensive as fuck. Who's the dude that did the TV show? The black guy that used Montel Williams? He had a horse there.
Yes, horses.
So again, that's different. Yes, now you're spending 50 grand to 100 grand a year on a horse. But you don't have to. You can literally spend 5,000 on a horse, if that. You can probably go with 2,500 if you don't give 2 fucks about the horse. If you're not buying shoes for it, if you're just letting it sit out in your yard. Which again, if they gave their kid a gun and then let their kid do what it wanted with the gun, do you think they actually took care of the horses?
Now, where was the school at?
In Oxford. They lived in the outskirts of Oxford. Again, compared to the other people who live in Oxford, whose parents are driving Cadillacs and Bentleys and all these other fucking things, they're poor.
They're not poor.
To that area they are.
And they don't mind, you're saying?
No, in Oxford, if you go to
You're saying
fucking...
if you go look at them, you're gonna think they're poor?
No, if the kids in that school treated him as if he was the same as some fucking poor kid that lived
Well,
in
I thought I saw a picture of their house when the police went out to bust
Other
them.
kids will probably treat them like
When the police went there to arrest them, I saw their house and it didn't look like no poor house.
And so did the teachers. Again,
Yeah, but
It looked like it might cost $300,000 or $400,000.
In that community,
they treat them as poor.
they are poor kids. He was part of the poor kids.
Okay.
He wasn't a he didn't have a parent who's gonna buy him a fucking
Put him in
Jeep
Detroit
Wrangler.
with that.
With
house,
most of the kids-
Yeah, he's not gonna be poor.
No, he's not. But in Oxford, it's
Around
probably a
all them
family
rich
home that got
folks.
passed down. And again, does that make you rich? I don't know. They probably moved to Oxford back in the fucking 80s or 70s when it was cheap as fuck.
I don't know. I don't know the history.
My dad bought a fucking house in Holly, right? That the house we lived in Holly, he bought that for like 60 grand. When he tried to sell it in the 2000 or the 90s, the 96, 95, something like that, it was worth 250. So again,
Wait, so how much did you buy it for?
60.
Yeah, well
Then he lost it
That's
because-
normal.
No, again,
Houses go up.
not. That's my point. That area, you could literally have bought. He could have bought a house in fucking 85 in that area for 40 grand, or 30 grand, or 20 grand with 15 acres, and now it's worth 2 million.
Because
So he's
the area
Appreciation.
developed.
Developed, yes.
They put roads,
But there's still the poor kids
traffic lights.
that are in the area. When the kids talked to this kid, he was a poor kid. He was a kid that just didn't belong. Treated as if
I don't think I want to call him a poor kid though. He might not have been a rich kid, but I don't think he was a poor kid.
You're right. You're right. He was a probably a middle class kid.
Yeah, lower middle class or middle class. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
My puppy got horses, he must have not
I don't
been
really
poor.
know the whole story. I just know that they let this kid murder 4 kids.
Yeah.
And now he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. And there's people who murder people, 4 or 5 people now, and don't spend the rest of their life.
Well, you don't know if he's going to spend the rest of his life
No,
in
he
jail.
well, he's going to die.
Things can happen.
Nothing's going to happen. He can't. He's not eligible for
There's
parole.
been a lot of people on death row.
Well, we
They
don't
did
have-
30 years and then
Yeah,
got
30
out.
years.
Yeah.
We don't have death row anymore, or here.
I'm just saying, places that do have
But
death
there's
row.
a lot of people who are not. Like that one guy who didn't murder his kids, but he's in jail for the rest of his life for it. You remember the story about the guy who drove the fucking car into the Detroit River down in Wyandotte?
Maybe. I think I remember something like that. Was it a guy?
It was the 90s. It was a family.
Oh, okay.
But it was an old 1970 station wagon,
Okay.
right? And they were coming back from, and this is, you can see this on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. Like I think it's Netflix. But it's a bunch of stories about people who,
Killed their kids.
no, just got fucked over by the courts.
What?
Like, the dude's car was a 1975 wagon. It had recalls and notices that the fucking gas sticks. So his story is, I was driving to take the kids to see if there's any boats
And the
by the
gas
river,
stuck.
and the gas stuck, and it drove us. I couldn't get it to
If
stop.
I remember correctly, he didn't try to save any of the kids. That was
This
the
motherfucker
rub.
survived?
Hold on, him and his
guy
wife.
trying to save the kids.
There was no saving the kids. They barely survived themselves. By the time they got out the fucking car, the kids were down the fucking cars down the river.
Oh, that's it.
It's the Detroit
Oh,
River.
it's Detroit River?
Yes, this isn't fucking some little puddle where he could get out and pull his kids out. This was, by the time he gets out and figures out where the fuck he is, the car's gone. It's at night too.
Did the woman survive?
No, yeah, they both, him and his wife survived.
Oh,
They both
Lord.
luckily got out of the car and survived. Either way, the prosecutor took the car, and they did it 10 times. One time it stuck so bad that they literally had to cut the gas from the
Okay, so
carburetor.
what point are you making here?
He didn't kill his kids on purpose. He didn't fucking murder his
So,
kids.
was this charge murder or manslaughter?
Did-
Murder.
money?
They
He did
literally
money?
persecuted
What?
him. They persecuted him as if he murdered all 3 of his children on purpose.
Oh, Lord.
He's in jail for 3 consecutive life sentences because of it.
Right now?
Yes. And when you look at the
You said
evidence,
this happened in the 90s, right?
yeah, this happened in the 90s or 80s. It happened
But
in
they found out the gas stuff on that model.
The prosecutor that's alive, the guy that prosecuted him, still believes that the guy did it on purpose.
Okay, so he had a jury trial?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the dude knew the gas
But he didn't have a
stuff.
jury trial because this was one of the first. This was one of the first situations where the media basically lambasted the guy. What happened was, is they came to him. They tried to talk. The medium came to him, and he was on. He took some Valium. Him and his wife had took some Valium, so they come talk to the media. And his wife just kind of sat there.
Media?
You took some volume? No, come on, dude. Really?
Yeah.
Your fucking kids just got murdered.
Yeah,
you
you'd
not
be
telling me you're
taking
not
Valium.
crying all the fucking time?
You'd be taking Valium.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
I would.
If I lost my fucking dogs and you're like, you want to talk to the cops, like suddenly I'd be like, give me a Valium real quick, and again I wouldn't because I'm more controlled than that. But this guy's a young dude back in the 90s who's barely making it. He's struggling as it is, and he fucking comes out on some Valium, so he doesn't show emotion.
All right, look.
And because he didn't show emotion, the public basically had persecuted him, and there was no way that you could get a jury that didn't know about this situation.
They all seen it, yeah.
And they had already trialed him back. And again,
Life is a bitch. Life is a bitch. That's all you can say.
but it's still wrong. You can still bitch about it. Bitch about the fact that they put this dude away for jail.
The media fucked him, man.
The media fucked him. The prosecutor fucked him. Because again,
General Motors fucked him.
You know why? Do you know why he got fucked?
Why?
Because of religion. That's why he got fucked. Don't tell you what. I'll draw the analogy for you. Okay? Most people a station back then had bench seats.
Oh yeah.
So you could reach back there, grab your kid, and get out the fucking car.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
before the water rushes in.
yes, if you got out, you couldn't reach.
That's not how.
Let me finish.
Get
Let
the
me
fuck
finish.
out of here.
Let me finish.
Oh my god.
I ain't leaving the car without my kid.
I'm not leaving the car without at least one of my kids, if not both of them. It's a he and a she.
Yeah, so the
And it's a
wife
he and a
should've got
she,
one and
and
I
he-
got two. Yeah.
Or, that I think that's what it was. Now that I think about it, I remember this.
Yeah, that's again. You're coming with a pre. I
No,
didn't
no,
know
that-
any of this shit. I never saw it because I wasn't old enough.
No, I
You
remember
see it
now.
from a fucking outside, and when you see it from the outside, you realize that they literally just railroaded this dude without any.
No,
sympathy for
I
what
remember.
actually happened.
I remember it now. I remember it was in the court and all that. I remember now. And a lot. What a lot of people were saying was exactly what I said.
What?
Yeah,
They could have got at least one of the kids, couldn't they?
dude.
You gonna get out the car and
Both
you
of
get.
them are gonna get out the car without the kids. Like, oh, fuck y'all.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not.
Okay, you're in a 1975 wagon. You know what the fuck they look like, right?
The water ain't
They're
gonna be
fucking-
in there like that.
Yes, it is. When the wind, they were driving on a fucking sunny day in the winter, in the summertime. This wasn't like in the winter. The windows are up. There's no fucking air conditioning in this car. This car's before they put air conditioning in
I
it.
don't care.
I'm just saying.
Windows are
That's
down,
why
it's
the
still ain't-
jury probably
What's
did.
up? Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
So you think because this guy didn't attempt, which he says he did, he just couldn't get them. And again, because of that, because of the fact that the car, and again, it's not his
he
fault the
should
fucking
have died
car did
trying, or he's getting put on shit for murder. Fuck him.
And that's how people thought. back
Yeah,
then. That's how
probably.
people
it.
thought.
Well, it's a dumb fucking thought.
You should have died trying in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you gonna get out, but the kids didn't.
Yeah.
And all you do is reach over. and
No,
see.
you didn't have to reach over.
You
That's
scumbag.
not, that's fucking simple. You act like the car's not doing 80 miles an hour
They did
into the
that shit
fucking
on
water.
purpose. That don't make no sense. This don't make sense. You just did
It don't make sense.
That shit ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
I can see maybe a malfunction in the car. I can see all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't understand why they couldn't get at least one of the
You
kids.
ain't leaving without at least one.
And that's how people thought back then. I remember the shit now.
I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
It's common sense. Them motherfuckers
It's not
murdered
common
them.
sense.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
murdered
fucking river that's running wild and they barely survived themselves.
them. Nah, bro. It was probably hard to even get
They
in the
found the
river.
fucking car
probably had-
half a mile down the
Well, we
fucking
know
river.
that.
It was
We
probably
know
hard to
that.
even get in the river.
I understand it's kids and it makes people sad and it's a
Yo,
problem.
how do you do that? How did your car get in the river?
It's not like
It
there's
fucking-
guardrails everywhere.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
Okay, you're talking. For one of my guys that used to buy weed off me is limping. He limped all the time because there was no fucking guardrails in the 90s in most
Where?
places. On the highway, for example.
On the highway's different.
Oh yeah, they changed all that shit.
Yeah,
You're
they
right about
changed
that.
it, and they were
They
one of the
changed it.
reasons.
But it's supposed to be barriers.
I bet if you look that story up,
You can look it up. It's not
they're gonna be like, yo, it was hard to even get that car in the river for one. And then this motherfucker leaves his kids there?
No, but like I said,
Just common
if I
sense.
remember correctly, that's what people were all upset about.
That's just common sense. Like, that ain't gonna happen.
I mean, I got a daughter. If that happened to me, I would save her before I'd save myself.
I guess if
That's your
it
kid.
ripped you out the car and you didn't have your seatbelt on or some shit like that. But just to be like, oh no, you know, I just popped up.
In the
car was gone.
75, it was just that seatbelt that goes like this.
Yeah.
That's all it was in 75.
He must have had a fucked up story too to the cops. And they were like, dude, this guy is guilty as fuck. But it was just probably obvious.
And if it did happen that way, okay, it's just that people are so, wound up about kids.
That's sad.
And that's just one sad
Three
story.
kids?
That's just one
Nah,
sad story out of a million.
Hell yeah.
There's sad stories every day in this
Oh,
motherfucker.
we
Man.
smoked this motherfucker up. Look at it over there.
Oh, it is. It look like and it really doesn't really smoke that much out.
Just this hash, 2 joints.
Oh, it's been 2 joints?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit? We're out on the boats fishing now.
I think it's a movie. Deep Blue Sea or some shit, I don't know. Oh, that's like a ghost ship right there, son.
No, it's, you could have kept talking about other stuff.
I'm reading shit here.
Okay.
This guy's talking about
We're
black,
talking
black
about what the
privilege.
hell is on TV.
Freckle man.
And how smoky was. We were talking.
Here you go. Freckle man. Did I read that right?
What? Yeah, a freckled man.
A freckles man.
But I don't know. I'm just stating that the justice system is kind of fucked.
It's always been fucked.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing new. They've been railroading and fucking over people from day one.
Yeah. Since they started that shit.
Since they started that shit, man. It's plenty of innocent people that died in jail.
There's people in jail right now still waiting for trials.
Yeah, that probably is.
No, it's not probably. There's guys who have been in jail for years. Years. They're waiting for trials, but because COVID pushed back trials.
Oh, okay.
A trial date, you
Because I'm
can't
getting ready to
afford
say,
bond, so you're
Yeah.
just stuck there. You can
Yeah,
be
but
innocent
by
as
the
fuck.
time they get convicted, they'll just have time served, you're out.
that will be time.
Or they could be
Well, it depends
innocent,
on their fucking crime. man.
or they could be innocent.
Yeah, they could be
If they're
innocent.
innocent,
It was just
they'll
a,
get time served,
it was
you're
a
out.
bad draw.
Yeah, but if you're innocent, the time served means you got to serve a bunch of time for something you didn't fucking do.
Oh, I thought.
Of course.
They're innocent, but they get convicted anyway.
No. If they're innocent and they don't, because the
They're
trial hasn't
actually-
happened.
If you're innocent and get